People thought that things were getting a little spicy today in Tennessee, in Nashville. You dare I say, insurrection-y? I don't think anybody really believes that, but they want to use the same terms that have been used against J6ers. And here's what it looks like. They're just a bunch of. Hey, here's what it boils down to. Let's simplify it even more. We just got a bunch of baby's kids running around this country. That's what's going on. The rise of the Transformers continues. We haven't seen anything like this since Megatron in the 80s. The Transformers are on top right now. If you want a group that is on top of the oppression totem pole, like they're not, white males are on top. Right now, the energy is all for the Transformers. They all in on it. It is it is one of the most bizarre things of my lifetime. I've never seen anything like this. It feels like it happened overnight. I know it didn't. It even started before Trump. It amped up after Trump. The pandemic made it go crazy. Black Lives Matter really brought in the Transformers movement in a way too. But this is in Tennessee. This video, I'm going to play it with no sound now in the background. This video is Tennessee. Maybe I'll do the sound low just so you can get the vibe that I went to this page, and the woman that initially posted this said that it was just a bunch of people that wanted to talk. I want to find the original because Greg Price is where I'm going for. He didn't get, he retweeted it from Kelsey Gibbs. Why does it disappear like that? Oh, did she lock it down? Wow, these people. Wow, she locked down the post. So I can't easily find her tweet. Oh my gosh. Y'all are so petty, man. Y'all are so petty locking down tweets. So she posted this person, Kelsey Gibbs, and for some reason, Twitter gives it to me before it locks it down. So I still found it. So this is the person who originally posted this video. Says emotions outside the House chambers are still high. Protesters wanting to talk. This is what she posted. She must be left. I mean, she's got to be a leftist. Emmy Award-winning news reporter, master degree of arts. Yeah, a leftist. So she posts that they just want to talk. It's not nothing harmful. They just want to talk. Who wouldn't want to talk to a rabid mob of ugly-looking 20-somethings that ain't got nothing to do, ain't got nothing to lose? I'm sure they want rational discussion. I'm sure there's a lot of common ground that we could find if we just stopped and talked to these kids who have been indoctrinated. And you know who's responsible for these baby's kids? People my age. We responsible for our own demise. We created these kids. That's what happened when we did these participation trophies. We stopped taking the belt off. Before when these kids act, you take that belt off, crack, it's over. Not even doing anything with the belt. Just snap. You don't want those problems. You raise a generation with that. I don't do it myself. That's why I'm blaming myself. I don't do any crack. I don't do none, never, not even one hand on either my children. And I think that's the better way. But there's pros and cons. If you don't manage the timeout or whatever you use properly, the next thing you know, we got a generation. Let me welcome everybody. Welcome to your future Supreme Court justices. I bet you one of them is going to be on the Supreme Court in, how are they, 20? Give it 30 years. Give it a generation. There'll be a young one on there for life appointee. Watch. They'll be on there. They'll be judging. They'll be all throughout the federal court system, CEOs of companies. Who wouldn't want to work for one of them? They'll make you put on there. They'll probably make you put on their rainbow. You might want to quit. They might, like the NHL, kind of backing off a little bit of the rainbow colors. If they're in charge, they probably won't let you quit. They'll probably be like, "We keeping you here hostage until you put this rainbow on." We're at fault for it, man. We raised these kids, and it is a generational battle. There's no question about it. I still say women are the biggest group to look at, but you look at the women, it's mostly young women. It's young liberal women. Nomad said, "Nah, I think the school system and social media have more to do with creating them." But yeah, but we're responsible for that. Social media can do whatever they want. And school system can do whatever we want. Ultimately, we as parents are responsible for these badass kids we got running around. Now the weather's getting good. This ain't nothing. Wait till the weather gets really good. I mean, it's probably decent in Nashville, but wait until across the country the weather really gets good. I don't see anybody over like 22 years old out there in that crowd. They ain't got nothing better to do. They got no jobs, don't want to work. This is their work right here. Look at this bro right here. He's getting detained. He was later on released. Let me make sure I'm sharing my screen because you got to see this one. Yeah. So look at this bro right here. He's cheesing. He wants to get arrested. Allegedly, I did the Andy No article where he broke down what happens is there's these commie organizations. I'm labeling them as commie. Andy No is more neutral. There's these commie organizations, whatever they are, these NGOs, bunch of them from legal to whatever these nonprofits are. They bail them out. The corrupt DA, this is Nashville. They got a Dem D, I think his name is Funk or something like that. They got a Dem DA. He ain't pressing no charges. This dude got released. He just got detained, but you pretend it's like a riot or something like that. They just drop the charges. And what happens to the bail money? The NGO put the bail money up. After you get let out, the charges drop. Guess who gets the bail money? That's the look when you know the game. I wanted to see his face when they didn't take him in. He probably was pissed. I mean, that was his money to get his new whatever. His new hair done, his shoes, whatever, go to the club. He was probably disappointed they didn't take him in. We need a mirror. Take a look at the mirror. Whose fault is this? And these kids are out of control. They ain't no saving it from these kids. I want to connect with people that are like-minded, but there ain't no 20-year-old out there like that arguing about transformer rights. That's the energy you got over that. There's no saving that. Until the quicker that Republicans or whoever, non-left, wherever you are, classic liberals, the quicker you understand that they can call you an insurrection, but then they can do that and then get bailed out and keep the bond money. The sooner you understand that, the better we'll be off. The quicker we'll get that divorce. El Jefe, the boss, says my daughter was getting like that, but I think we snapped it out of her. Thank goodness. But here's my thing. If my kids get like that, they get like that. I'm going to give them my perspective. They're going to have to make their own decisions. That's going to be on them. Hopefully I raise them to think critically. My thing is, if you're in that mob, I need you to articulate. That's all. That's all I ask. I don't need to agree with you. I was talking about somebody I highly respect, one of the first streamers. I don't know how I found out about him when I started streaming late 2020 was Nico House. He was like one of the first people I saw. Oh, he's streaming. He's talking about this stuff. He's a commentator. I have no idea how I found out about him. But I think it was on Twitter, and I followed him, and he's more on the left side, but he's based left. And I said, I want him to be in USA 1. That Sarah Silverman made that famous when she said, I think maybe we should get a divorce. And her, I don't know, her weird drunken way of saying it, but it was a based moment. I don't know if I have that drop ready, but she said, well, y'all conservatives, you can have USA 1 since you like the patriotism so much. Okay, whatever. That was real petty. But I don't want to have a divorce and agree with everybody on everything. I want Jen and Peter, I want y'all in USA 1. Nico House, Fiorella, Pasta, Convo Couch, Hardlens Media, um, even RBN. We disagree on a lot of stuff. Rome Bethea, Sabby Savs. I want y'all in my USA one, but y'all gonna have to make your own decision. I don't want to agree with everybody. That ain't the goal. I just need you. Those are people who can articulate, though. Whether you agree with Rome Bethea or not, he will articulate his point. He's not scared. He's not scared to. That's my only ask. If my son goes down that path, you better be able to explain and back up your statement. Why are you at the Tennessee Capitol? What are you out there for? And if you can't articulate it, that's the problem. It's not even about whether I agree or disagree with you. There's plenty of leftists that, even though I don't agree, can at least articulate their point. Don't sound like Jamal Bowman out here just puffing off your chest and yelling, which I think was a good debate. I talked about it this morning, but you're just yelling. I mean, you don't have substance behind it. Thomas Massey had way more substance. This is what it looks like as well. I just found out about this from Libs of TikTok today. Did y'all see Libs of TikTok rolled up on AOC? It was funny, man. It was real funny. It was real funny, real based, real casual. Libs of TikTok she's making a name for herself and moving in very smart ways. So let me start with the photo and then go backwards, like kind of those TV episodes or movie episodes where they start with the end and go backwards. How did we get to this? If you don't know that, I don't know how to say her name. Is it Shira? Whatever her name is. We know her as Libs of TikTok. This picture I'm showing here is Libs of TikTok taking a photo with AOC. How did that happen? With AOC cheesing too. How did we get there? You got to see that. Libs of TikTok broke it down. Here's what it sounded like. And the reason I'm bringing it up is AOC doesn't articulate her point.
Super transphobic, and I never want to share space with you. Thank you.
I am here outside the Cannon building. I was here last week because I attempted to ask AOC why she lied about me in a committee hearing. She cowered away. She refused to talk to me. So I'm back here today, 1 week later, and I'm going.
Oh, what happened to my? Oops, sorry. I think I messed that up. Was I not sharing it? Hold on. Let me bring it back.
Building. I was here last week because I attempted to ask AOC why she lied about me in a committee hearing. She cowered away. She refused to talk to me. So I'm back here today, 1 week later, and I'm going to deliver her an ethics complaint that I filed for lying about an American citizen in a committee hearing.
So AOC, she broke the rules. Believe it or not, there's actually rules on Capitol Hill. And 23 Clause 1 is the big one. You got to act in a way that reflects credibility on the House. And lying about, a U.S. citizen certainly doesn't do that. So we're filing this ethics complaint.
Let's go inside and see if she's there.
How are you doing? Just dropping off some mail for the conversation.
Hi. So basically a few weeks ago, AOC lied about me in a committee hearing.
Okay.
So I tried to come last week and talk to her, but she kind of cowered away, wasn't interested in talking to me. So together with Mike from the Heritage Foundation Oversight, he helped me file this ethics complaint. So we filed that. And if you can give it to AOC, I would really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And tell her to stop lying about American citizens. Okay.
Thank you.
I just dropped off an ethics complaint at AOC's office, and unfortunately she wasn't there. So we left, and then I was walking through the Capitol, and guess who I bumped into? AOC herself. I just delivered an ethics complaint to your office because you lied about me in a committee hearing.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
so
actually,
I never
you're
inspired
actually,
about
no, you're actually super transphobic, and I never want to share space with you. Thank you.
See, that's what I don't want. The reason why the reason why I brought this up is, so this is what happened. She tried to go serve her these papers. I don't know what legitimacy is. They said that you have to have credibility. There's nobody in DC that really has credibility, so I don't know. It seems like it's just a ploy, but I still give Libs of TikTok credit because I guarantee you the next time the Libs of TikTok's name comes out of AOC's mouth or any in the squad or anybody in DC, they're probably going to think twice. So that's kind of like that check. I said like in hockey, like maybe just a medium check. You like check somebody up in the board or It's a slang word. When you say check somebody, it means you don't beat them up, but you kind of like, I'm not playing games with you. So basically, Libs of TikTok is like, don't have my name come out your mouth. Don't have my name come out your mouth if you're going to lie about me.
Okay, so basically a few weeks ago, AOC lied about me in a committee hearing. Okay. So I tried to come last week and talk.
Listen to how phony the politicians are. So she's at the office and that's some person on her staff or something. And they keep up this fake smile. Like, they're just so phony, man. They're like actors.
To her, but she kind of cowered away, wasn't interested in talking to me. So together with Mike from the Heritage Foundation Oversight, he helped me file this ethics complaint. So we filed that. And if you can give it to AOC, I would really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And tell her to stop lying about American citizens. Okay.
Right, have a good one. I've been like, bye, bitch. If I'm on Libs of TikTok side, but there's no need for the fakeness.
Thank you.
So here we go.
I just dropped off an ethics complaint at AOC's office, and unfortunately, she wasn't there. So
let me look real quick. I kind of covered this a while back, but here's where she lied. I might have been streaming live when this happened.
Ocasio-Cortez.
It's right around here.
Dragged a social media platform here in Congress. They're weaponizing the use of this committee so that they can do it again. A whole hearing about a 24-hour hiccup in a right-wing political operation. That is why we are here right now.
We're talking about Robert's laptop. That's how she positions Robert's laptop, as a 24-hour hiccup.
About a 24-hour hiccup in a right-wing political operation.
By the way, that is not a progressive left take. That is not a populist left take on Robert's laptop. That is a woke take, meaning somebody else is controlling, somebody outside of God is controlling your morals and how you act if you say that this is just a 24-hour right-wing hiccup.
Committee, so that they can do it again. A whole hearing about a 24-hour hiccup in a right-wing political operation. That is.
So if I name some names who I wanted to be in USA 1, if you agree with AOC here, I don't want you in USA 1. Fundamentally, we're too far apart. I think the people that I just mentioned, not going to speak for them, but I think they would agree that that's not the right description of Robert's laptop. These are people who are not afraid to criticize power, institutional power, and Democrats.
This is why we are here right now. And it's just an abuse of public resources, an abuse of public time. We could be talking about healthcare. We could be talking about bringing down the cost of prescription drugs. We could be talking about.
She could have been talking about healthcare for 2 years and hasn't talked about it.
Abortion rights, civil rights, voting rights, but instead we're talking about Hunter Biden's half-fake laptop story.
Half fake? Come again? She's just spewing lies.
I mean, this is an embarrassment, but I'll go into it. Ms. Navarrete, let's talk about something real. I'd like to show you a tweet posted by former President Trump about my colleagues and I on July 14, 2019. It says in part, go back and help fix the totally broken and show us how it's done. Happy, publicly incited, violence at a rally, targeting 4 congresswomen, including myself, were the most senior member of Twitter's content moderation team, or a senior.
It could be. I thought it was in this one. Let me look.
Time.
Yes.
And at the time, Twitter's policy to your country, or go back to where you came from, didn't she?
Yes, she did.
And something interesting happened after she overrode your assessment. A day or two later, Twitter seemed to have changed after the president violated it. Count Libs of TikTok.
Okay, here it is.
Thank you. So much for bias against right wing on Twitter. Additionally, Ms. Navarrete, are you familiar with the account Libs of TikTok?
I have heard of it from the news, yes.
Mr. Roth, are you familiar with this account?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
We know he is.
Are you aware that from August 11th to August 16th, that account posted false information about Boston Children's Hospital, claiming that they were providing hysterectomies to children?
Yes, I am aware of that and other claims from the account.
And are you aware that this lie was then circulated by other prominent far-right influencers?
Yes.
And are you aware that all these claims, which I have reiterated were false, culminated in a real-life harassment and ultimately a bomb threat to the Boston Children's Hospital.
Yes, I am aware.
And this account is still on that platform today, isn't it?
So what Libs of TikTok did was post a video from a doctor from the hospital talking about these procedures. She didn't allege anything. It was straight up from the mouth of the people, and then they took the videos down. And so that's where we're coming from. That's why she rolled up on her and got this picture and then confronted her. And AOC did not want to defend herself, didn't want to get into the topic. Damn embarrassing.
I was walking through the Capitol, and guess who I bumped into? AOC herself. I just delivered an ethics complaint to your office because you lied about me in a committee hearing.
So good. You have to walk up on these politicians. This is what people do. Someone did this to DeSantis. Walked up on him with a snowflake that had fascist on it. It's kind of stupid, but they got him because he took a picture with it, and I think it was real, and they had fascist on the snowflake. Ooh, this is better. She got an ethics complaint and confronted her with about something substantial.
AOC herself. I just delivered an ethics complaint to your
So
office because you lied about
she walked up to AOC and said, I'm a fan, or, like, I want to get a picture with you. And then when they're together, I just delivered an ethics complaint to your office. AOC keeps that fake smile on her face.
delivered an ethics complaint to your office because you
And then at that moment, she knows, ooh, I got set up for the okie doke, because it happens to them a lot. We've seen a lot of videos like this. So then she keeps the smile, tries to be friendly.
lied about me in a committee hearing.
Oh, hi. Now I know who you are.
Office because you lied about me in a committee hearing.
I
never inspired about
you're actually super transphobic, and I never want to share space with you.
That's not going to work. If you want to do that stuff, do it. But if your comeback is you're super transformer phobic, I don't want to share a space with you, that ain't defending your position. It's embarrassment. The chat is crazy right now. Richard says, Libs of TikTok put his address in children's school on the line. What's the point? Well, you're saying that Libs of TikTok posted the address to the... I'm not following there, but Libs of TikTok didn't call for any type of violence or anything like that. I can't read some of the chats. Wow, El Jefe, this is a running controversy on the channel. It's thinking that AOC is attractive, which is your prerogative for sure. How can someone so attractive be so repulsive? Yeah, you can't, once somebody has political takes that bad and they can't defend them, and they're that fake and phony, I don't think, for me, it's not even possible for them to be attractive, but maybe when I was 18, but not now. You get older, I don't know. I think that's another thing too. I'm older now, so that, I don't even consider her attractive, but if you did, then it means nothing. I mean, it really, literally means nothing. So we've got that breaking story in Tennessee, Nashville. Of course, it's in a blue city. They're doing it in a blue area. They're not stupid. They don't do that stuff in red areas for the most part. I haven't seen many of that. You don't see these baby kids acting a fool in red counties with red, what I would define as with red DAs. You don't see that too much. You don't even, like even in Illinois, you see them acting a fool in Cook County, but what's the name of the counties outside of Illinois? But you get to the suburbs, they don't act like a fool that much because they know they're gonna get hemmed up for real. Sixy Girl says, Libs of TikTok just reports Libs. So then the Libs originally posted the address. Libs of TikTok usually blurs and edits out personal information. Yeah, I've seen that as well. But I'm not familiar with what Richard's talking about. But the bottom line is she's never called for any action, any type of violence or anything like that. She's never even come close to that. She's had another one that broke where there was this drag night at a community college, but it's a weird situation because around the community college is a couple high schools or something like that. It's like lower level schools inside the campus of the community college is my understanding. And there was a drag performer who got up and straddled a person whose face was blurred out And we don't know how old that person was, but it's possible that it could have been somebody under 18, which was a very disturbing picture. That's what they really hate. They really hate that it's coming down to that. They really hate that she's exposing that. I got into a discussion with Dr. Karlin Borisenko, and good discussion as always. I don't think I've had a bad discussion with her involved, but here's how it went. I'll end on this and I'll be out. Appreciate everybody stopping by. I just had a few seconds and I'll be out. But this conservative right has decided to hate all transformers. This is from Karlin Borisenko. And what's happening is she's a libertarian, and I think libertarians are making a mistake. We disagree on this, where they feel like they have to go at conservatives or MAGA or right wing. And I don't think that's a winning strategy. I think the strategy is to show people libertarians need to appeal to people on the right, to people on the left, but how they appeal to them is by showing them, hey, there's a better way. There's liberty. You can combat this stuff without being authoritarian in return. But I think it comes out wrong in some people, Maj Touré, Dr. Karla Borisenko, where she says, Candace Owen has decided to hate all transformers. And I don't think that's the case. I'm not going to speak for Candace Owens, but I have never heard her say that. So why would you assume that? Candace Owens tweeted, PD is the next step for this transformer genderism. If a grown man like Dylan Mulvaney can self-identify as little girls and be accepted as such, then what will you say when the self-identified little girl says that he likes little boys? They will say age is a social construct. Age ain't nothing but a number. Who sung that song? Was that Dina Howard? I don't even remember. Age ain't nothing but a number. Aaliyah. Oh my God. Not much different. Adina Howard, Aaliyah, one of them 90s R&B singers. That was embarrassing. Moving along. I said it's fair to say that PD is at the end of this slippery slope. It is absolutely fair to say that. Do I need to go back to the article from the Washington Post where they were like, kink belongs at Pride Parade and kids should see it too? It doesn't even need to be that obvious. Let me show you. I also said I think many like Candace Owens are tired of qualifying every statement by saying they don't hate transformers, especially when those on the other side, the pro-transformer side, for a lack of a better term, these aren't accurate terms because I'm not anti-transformers, but you know what I mean. On the pro-woke side, they don't do the same and they don't care. They don't afford Candace Owens the same grace. So it's hard for me to tell Candace Owens how to react and return to that. What do you want me to say to Candace Owens? They do the threats to her. They call her white supremacist. They don't give her any qualifying statements. So how am I supposed to tell her that she needs to have one? Very delicately, that's for sure. I qualify my statements because it's important to my argument that you understand I'm going after institutionalized power, whether it's Disney, whether it's Democrats, whether it's George Soros, whether it's somebody like that, people like that, institutions like that. It's not against my fellow trans person that might be next to me on the subway bus. I have to qualify that, otherwise my point isn't articulated clearly. But I think Candace Owens is tired of articulating that. And a lot of people are tired of qualifying statements for what? For who? For people that you're not even trying to get along with. That's just my opinion. I can't speak for Candace Owens, but that's just my view on it. And Karlin Borisenko says they're tired of qualifying because they do hate trans people. And I think Dr. Karla Borisenko is great. Let's not get sidetracked on that debate, but I disagree strongly with her there. I think she's going after conservatives just to go after conservatives, and I don't really like it. So going down, people were commenting off of what I said, and then somebody said, no, it isn't. Nothing about it has to do with any attraction to children. P.S. 93% of the people who do bad things to children in the U.S. identify themselves as religious. 79% are Caucasian. If you care about a child, you will limit their exposure to white American Christian males. That you straw man again. That had nothing to do. I said it's fair to say PD is at the end of this slippery slope. Anything that you had to say, even if it's true or not, I didn't verify, it's still irrelevant to my point. PD is at the end of the slippery slope of what we're seeing institutionalized, not just some random trans person on the street. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the people who are supporting this are taking it down institutional wide, the people who run Black Lives Matter, the people that are organizing these things, the people that are funding this movement, from Biden and all that. It's ending that way. And let me explain why. Of course, it has to do with attraction to children. Is it sexual? I don't know, but they definitely have an attraction to children. That's why you saw those 20-somethings at the Tennessee state capitol, because people had attraction to those children. It's from the very least, allegedly, from a indoctrination standpoint. They are attracted to them because they are sponges. You can't walk up to a 50-year-old person and confuse them about what a man or a woman is. Very difficult. But you can to a 3-year-old. The heart of the trans issues is a battle of control over children. Why? It's all about children. I don't hear anybody from the right talking about drag shows at bars. Who cares? The problem is we're seeing drag shows at bars with children. That's the problem. Nobody on the right is saying you can't have gender affirming care. The debate is younger than 18. Parental rights bill in Florida. You call it Don't Say Gay. It's about parental rights. It's clearly a battle over children. That's what it is, because they can influence children. You're not changing the mind of an 80-year-old. You're not teaching an old dog new tricks, whether it's a man or a woman. Yeah, you have to separate the trans people from it. It's not that. It's just like Black Lives Matter is a controlled psyop. You see, I go after Black Lives Matter. That doesn't mean I'm against someone because they're black. Of course not. But that's what they do with the trans issue very effectively. That's why people are afraid to speak out. I don't know. Either you get it or you don't. I'm not backing off of that statement unless somebody convinces me otherwise. That'd be very difficult. Black Lives Matter is a controlled psyop separate from black people. Yeah, they love children. And and when I say attracted to in that pedo way, I'm not getting into like sexual and all that. They are attracted because of that power that they can get over children. And what they do with that, I don't know. But stay the hell away from mine. That's from sure. A juicy booty. Where did that come from? We wild up in here today. Who got a juicy booty? Where did we get that? Oh, was that from AOC? I don't come. Oh, is that from the Alex Stein video? Man, I don't even look at AOC like that, man. I'm in such a different place. I'm happily married. Maybe I'll look at Carrie Lake in that way, allegedly, but I'm not looking at AOC in that way. Not that Carrie Lake has one, but after all that, we're talking about juicy booties. Can we? I don't know. There's no juicy booties as far as AOC is concerned. I don't even know that she has a booty. I'm being dead serious. There is nothing there for me to even. It's just repulsive. But I don't blame you if you want to take a look and see. I saw this interesting tweet that it's a tweet like generated AI stuff is doing some cool things. Showing the fashion, women's fashion. This is a completely off topic before I go. Showing women's fashion throughout the years. Really cool. Just completely off topic. Nothing, just a cool video I seen. You take a look at this. If you're just listening, it's showing women's fashion like molding over the years from 1910 to 2010. CNN had some type of piece on, they were doing a piece on women's fashion throughout the years, which it was really interesting to look at. But you're seeing all the 90s stuff and then the old school stuff, and it's like melding in. And now everybody's just wearing the women are just wearing leggings. It's leggings and this and leggings and that. That's basically it. Not that I'm complaining, but that's what it is now. It was much more intricate back in the day. I think a lot of those old styles, women could bring those back. That'd be kind of dope. Even not the 90s. I'm talking about like the old ones. But it's just a cool video. Doing a lot of generated AI stuff. We're Sir Mix-a-Lot for commentary. Steve Johnson, thanks for stopping by. Man, I'm trying to talk about, like, what's going on in the country, and, are we going to avoid this civil conflict? And then y'all talking about juicy booties. Man, y'all, well, at least there's some interest in that for sure. That's good to see that. GB, the chat's turning against me, y'all. GB says AOC has a great ass, but she's a clown. But I appreciate the honesty. It's like he doesn't align with her politically, but he could appreciate the ass. GB, he's a principled one, standing up for what he believes in. What's up, GB? Oh, man. AOC going to report this channel, man. You all keep messing up. The AOC, remember AOC had that beef with that one person on Twitter, and then later on the police knocked on the door? You might hear that knock. And you talking about juicy booties? I'll be like, not I, sir. Not from AOC, I wasn't. I'll be like, that was the chat. I'm going to turn on the chat. I'm going to turn on the chat in a heartbeat like, that was the chat. I didn't say nothing about her ass. I don't even look at her ass like that. That's for her Birkenstock, her redheaded white oppressor fiance Birkenstock wearing dude. Not for me. That stuff is a turnoff, man. Talking about that oppression stuff. That oppression Olympics is a turnoff. I'm going to get out of here, man, before I got in trouble. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate y'all. Peace.